Let's face it, life isn't easy. If you're stuck in a bad relationship, betrayed or afraid of tomorrow, financially insecure, or desperate for a breakthrough, you've come to the right place. Dr. Carmen Harra is a renowned psychologist, intuitive, relationship expert, and best-selling author, and she's here to give you the miracle guidance you need. Her new call-in show, Miracle Guidance for Everyday Life, offers profound wisdom, practical advice, daily exercises, and empowering predictions, all for you. Dr. Harra's show aims to eliminate everyday problems, big and small, with topics like healing your relationships, reclaiming your power, achieving better health, dealing with loss, and so much more. Regain the joy, stability, and fulfillment you deserve to feel. Tune in to Miracle Guidance for Everyday Life with host Dr. Carmen Harra, live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, and find the answers you've been looking for.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Miracle Guidance. I'm Carmen Harra, live every Tuesday evening, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on OMTimes. So tonight, I want to help you access the higher dimension, the universe, the invisible side, the other side. Now, each of us has, in my opinion, a guardian angel or a loved one on the other side who is protecting us, sometimes opening door for us. And this could be, as I said, a late loved one or an ancestral guide who keeps watching. Your own guide, your own angel works to ensure your well-being and brings you wishes to reality. And I've always tried to make this understand and believe in this. And you've all tried to get assistance from the non-physical world into the physical world. And chances are that you are tuning into the other dimension to get help and you're in a difficult situation. And I'm going to give you my example that just happened to me recently. So when you don't know which way to go, you always ask the divine to step in and show you the way. Maybe you pray to your late mother when you're in crisis. Maybe you pray to your dad, to rescue you from a bad place. We do exist beyond the physical reality because we are beams of light. We're made of energy. Energy doesn't really die. So spirits exist. They protect us. They try to give all the positive thing in our life, and steer wealth and positive energy to make our life go in the right direction. So they make sure to be available for us when we need help because they are tied to us by love and by our memory. And I'm giving you this example that it just happened to me. So my dog, Valentino, he was 14 years old, going towards 15. And of course, dogs don't live more than 15 years. He was aging, he was getting sick, and I couldn't put the dog to sleep. I just couldn't do it. And I said, there has to be a miracle, for this dog. And I did everything in my power. I had a doctor coming every second day to assist the dog. We were doing all kinds of therapies and everything to help him get better. And up to the last moment, I was hoping he will get better. Now, my husband is buried in New York, and I haven't been in New York in a while with this pandemic, but my daughter left to New York. And she's calling me from her dad's grave, and she said, I'm praying here for our dog so that my dad makes the dog better, helps him get better, makes the dog survive this suffering and improve and get better. And while she was talking to me, I look at my dog who's just been eating 5 minutes ago and seemed to be okay. He looked in my eyes, and in that moment, my dog took his last breath and died. And even now I have chills when I tell you this story because this dog was my best friend. He helped me. He was the one who knew when my husband is going to die. So by that time when my husband got cancer, the dog was the one signaling all the problem. And 2 days prior to my husband passing, the dog allowed us to know, precisely that this is going to happen. And so my dog was very connected to my husband. And after my husband passing, I felt the dog suffering. And when my dog died, just right in that moment when my daughter was praying to his spirit to help the dog, to me it was just such a clear message that yes, we were heard. He saw what's going on and he wanted to help us. So as I said, the invisible world exists in many planes of existence, and this invisible world is around us all the time. And this realm is in a different dimension that goes beyond the sensory, where there is no limitation of space, no time. It's only infinite. And we call that place the place of the continuous time, because there are no boundaries and no limitation. And between the visible and the visible world, there is a boundary, but this boundary can be crossed. The invisible world is where we all come from, is where we all return, when our bodies are not good anymore. So in the physical world, our ancient soul take on a temporary form in this human body. And we go day by day, learning our lessons. But in the divine world, as I said, there is no pain, no bills to pay, no HMO, no PPO, no pressure, no loss, no nothing. There is no grieving on the other side because everybody's together. So if a soul wants to check on a soul that's temporary in a human form, he easily can do it. That's why I believe spirit and angel on the other side don't feel the disconnect. We feel the disconnect. They are here, sitting probably near us. Probably my husband is looking at me from the couch right now. But our loved ones try in so many ways to show us that they are present, that they want to help. So what I'm going to try tonight in the show is to eventually connect you to somebody who's on the other side, or try to teach you how to communicate with a soul on the other side and what exactly you need to do. Because according to the ancient teaching, you cannot disturb a spirit after his passing for 40 days. Because the soul is in that transition. We used to say that in the ancient teaching, 40 days, it takes the brain to completely stop working. So long time ago, thousands of years ago, we were not burying the body 3 days later. We were not burning the body. We were just leaving the body on the ground or somewhere in a place for 40 days to make sure that the ending of the activity, the waves in the brain, are completely over 40 days. Though that's the symbol of the religion, 40 days in Egypt, 40 days fasting, 40 days to Jesus Christ to get on the other side. Many cases show that, okay, you bury a body 3 days, after 3 days, and there were cases in which, okay, they had to open the grave, and this found out that the body was turned upside down. People who woke up, from a, God knows, a coma, an apparent, physical death that was just not 100%, and they woke up being buried. So that's what I'm saying. This is a crazy topic, but for some reason I feel like telling you this. But even in the most difficult moment, it feels like impossible to believe that your angel is actually with you. So it's all about a matter of belief. But a lot of people don't believe this. They don't believe there's anything beyond this world. But when you have examples like the one I'm giving you, and I have many examples like this that I can give to you that will shock you. And I think you probably have your own example. And if you do, just feel free to call 202-570-7057. I want to hear your experience. If you experience something like this after you lost somebody, I want to hear your story. But only by believing you can draw this heavily energy into your life and truly feel its effect. And this is like the hardest part of the battle. But by understanding that separation from the physical world is not the end, only that way you can overcome the disbelief. So we used to say, well, I believe it when I see it, and I am saying always see it to believe it. So when you initially make contact with the spirit or with an angel, you have to continue to do. You have to continue to speak to that particular person that is no more in the physical world, because they can hear you. Many times spirits, they do come in dreams. You dream of somebody who just died. The root of all grief is the human-made notion that someone we loved has left our life. But there is no such things, because all loss is temporary. Loved ones who have passed on, they leave indication that they are still with us. Maybe you saw a man walking down the street who looks exactly like your late brother, or maybe you noticed that something moved from one room in your house and you cannot explain, or that the lights, this happened to me many times, the lights are on when you actually remember very well turning them off. So please don't disregard the signs. They all clear symbols from the ones who continue to love us and guide us after their passing. So when you do get signs, stop that. Whatever you're doing, stop it. Stay still and concentrate on your loved one. Notice whether you feel their presence, like you feel a wind, an energy, something that exists there but doesn't have a physical form. So it's fascinating, I almost feel like we've been adopted by angels, and all of us, we have different angels who figuratively adopted us. Sometimes people come to me asking me for specific information from the universe. People want to know the location of someone who died, or they want to find out if that person was murdered, or if the death was a result of a homicide or suicide or an accident. And in many cases, I feel like somebody's providing me the information. So sometimes, the spirit chooses to tell the story of exactly what happened and give all the details. And sometimes I also ask the person I'm talking to keep those spirits in mind, because it's so important to keep that connection going in order to create healing. We want to be healed when we feel that kind of a pain of losing somebody we love so much. So having said that, I want you to feel free to ask for signs that will reassure you of an angel presence, and invite them to visit, to do, sometimes, leave them a glass of water or their favorite drink or something to eat on a table. You might think this is crazy, but I do believe that if they do exist, but not in the physical form, they will actually see your gesture, and they're capable to see what you left for them. And they might have a sense of joy and pleasure, when they look at that particular glass of wine that they like when they were here. And if a late loved one suddenly comes to mind, quiet your mind and open your heart to feelings of that person and say, I love you, I miss you, I am thinking about you. So in this way, you will be able to establish, it's all about establishing a contact with that person. So it's just so magic, so beautiful to be in touch with the people on the other side, because they should not frighten you. You only want to acknowledge their presence. And the more you allow the divine into your heart and into your thoughts, the more you will be guided through your problem and through your concern. So as you open yourself to receiving messages from those who are no longer with you, the healing process will become easier. And I'll teach you how you can actually establish a connection with the divine yourself, so you can do it on your own. But I also want to let you know very briefly about my new book that just came out. As you know, my book was actually launched in the last 10 days. And my book is called Committed, Finding Love and Loyalty Through the 7 Archetype. Now, commitment is a problem for most people, and love relationships, have sometimes a lot of problems. So what exactly is commitment and why it is so hard to achieve? Because we've all struggled in love. But if you're ready to end this cycle of disappointment and foster a fulfilling relationship, then this book is a manual. It makes you reevaluate the way you think about love. It is a manual that unfolds in 2 parts. At first, this book shows you step by step the work you need to perform on the inside and the 7 archetypes you will encounter on the outside world. So Committed will help you learn to, as I said, re-examine core beliefs, relinquish harmful assumptions, clear the karmic patterns that have been passed down to you, and heal the emotional trauma, liberate from people and places that no longer serve you, and develop an unshakable sense of self-worth so that you give love not just to another person, but to the right person. And the second part of the book, I want to teach you something that it took me years, to came up as a concept, to identify your partner's archetype, meaning his strength, his weaknesses, his mindset, his inclination, his commitment capacity, and determine your own love archetype and see, is my archetype a match to my partner's archetype? So you will also be able to make your partner commit based on his needs, his fears, his desires, and build emotional intimacy. There's a big chapter in this book about emotional intimacy, which is the glue to every relationship. I spoke many times on the radio about emotional intimacy and how significant that is if we want a relationship to last. So the goal of this book is to help you find and keep the love you deserve. You want to have an authentic, impassioned relationship, filled with excitement each morning and putting your mind at ease every night. So Committed is available at Amazon, and believe it or not, it's still 99 cents. I still cannot believe this. But if you want to get it on Kindle, you go to Amazon, put Committed by Dr. Carmen Harra and Alexandra Harra, my daughter, who helped me so much. She's a great writer, so she helped me put this book together. So 2 generations, we came with the whole concept of what commitment is all about. And I want you to know that if you buy it at Amazon, you can write me a review if you like the book, and I will really be grateful, appreciate that. And now I'm going to go and I have so many people online. I'm going to take a short break, and I am going to go back to you guys. And I want you, Diana, be ready, Jennifer from California, Marilyn from Singapore, Cornelia from Ontario, of course, Lelani, all of you guys, hold on the line. I'll be with you in a moment.
The best of the holistic, spiritual, and conscious world. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM.
OMTimes magazine is one of the leading online content providers of positivity, wellness, and personal empowerment. A philanthropic organisation, their net proceeds are funneled to support worldwide charity initiatives via Humanity Healing International. Through their commitment to creating community and providing conscious content, they aspire to uplift humanity on a global scale. Connect at omtimes.com. OMTimes, creating a more conscious lifestyle.
My name is Victor Furman. Some call me The Voice. I've always been fascinated with human nature, spirituality, science, and the crossroads at which they meet. Join me Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern on OMTimes Radio, and we'll explore these topics and so much more on Destination Unlimited.
Coping-19, brought to you by CDC and the Ad Council.
If you're feeling increasingly lonely right now, you're not alone. It's totally normal. Even though we may not be able to get together in person, connecting virtually with friends and family still gives you a chance to interact with people and may help raise your spirits. Join a virtual book club, set up group text chats, or online video coffee breaks with coworkers.
Find more self-care and coping tips at coping-19.org.
And I'm back, and as I promised, I have so many of you online. I'm going to go to Diana from New Jersey. Hi, my dear.
Hi.
Hi, Diana.
How you doing?
Pretty good. You?
Okay.
So I'm so grateful that you called. I'm very
so
grateful.
happy to talk to you.
Good. So just tell me, do you have a specific questions that I can help? And also, is your dad on the other side?
Yes.
He's
He
saying
is on
hello
the other
to
side.
you. Yeah, he's saying hello to you.
Oh,
He's showing
wonderful.
me an M and a J initial. Do you have a brother?
No.
He had a brother? There's the word brother that I'm hearing.
No, I never had a brother.
No, did your father had a brother?
No.
Okay, because I don't know why this word brother I'm hearing in my ear from him. And he shows
Yeah,
me
brother-in-law.
maybe. Who's on the other side too?
Yes.
Okay, so that's what means. He's not alone. He's with that person.
Oh,
Does
great.
the name John or Jack mean anything to you?
No.
Okay, because he's showing me this initial, so I'm trying to understand. He's showing me an M and a G or a J, so I'm trying to understand.
His name was Joseph.
Okay, so not John Joseph, yeah. So I hear the initial. I was not very sure about the full name. It happens to me all the time, but the initial is usually very clear. The way you know you receive a message is the initial. I never miss the initial. Okay, so, but he says he wants to assist you to make the changes that you need to make in the next 3 to 6 months. Does this make sense?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
And
oh,
he
my
does
God.
say that, yeah, you will succeed making them happen. He said, just don't worry, this will definitely work. So he knows you have a little bit of fear, you question, will this really work? But the message from him is he will help you make it happen.
Oh, that's wonderful to hear. Yes, we're very concerned about our future.
Don't be, because you have somebody loving you and caring about you and guiding you.
Oh, thank you. That makes me feel really good. Really good. Thank you.
Anything you want to ask, Diana? Do you have a specific question to me?
Yeah, I do. We are renting right now. We're retired. Mm-hmm. We're 80 years old, my husband and I. And I'm wondering, are we going to get another home, or are we going to be renting for the rest of our lives?
No, you get a home. This is time for you to get a home.
Great. That's wonderful.
So that's what the message is. The message is you guys are going to get a house.
Great. Thank you.
And that's the kind of a change that your dad is talking about.
Great.
And that's amazing. I love it.
It is amazing. And thank you so much, Doctor. And I'm a fan. I just met you, and I'm a fan.
Oh, I love you. Love you. So if you get my book is 99 cents. And if you 99 cents you want to spend on my last book, you know what I mean? You can write me a review. I'll give you a free session. How's that?
That's wonderful. I definitely will go to Amazon and order it right now.
Okay. How can you go wrong with 99 cents? I love you, my dear Diana. Thank you so much for calling me. I so appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, my love. I'm going to go to Jenny in California. Hi, Jenny. How are you, my dear?
Hi, Dr. Carmen.
Hi, beautiful.
Hi.
How can I help you, Jenny, tonight? Is there something specific you want to ask me?
I do. I also would love to know who's on the other side.
You have somebody on the other side who's young, he didn't die old.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, somebody who, and this was on your mother's side of the family.
Young person.
A young person, like young meaning 30, 40, that's young.
No,
I don't know, your mother had somebody who she lost because then this person shows me an E initial, like Elizabeth, an E name. Does it ring any bell?
No, I had an uncle that passed away 2 years ago, and that was on my mother's side.
Okay, how old was your uncle?
He was 71, 72, 73, something like that.
So then maybe that person, your mother's still around, no?
My mother she's healthy, yes.
That's what I'm saying. Your mother's here. Your mother's here and she's healthy, but this is somebody connected to her. It may be him, or it also may be someone else. Your mother lost somebody a long time ago. Ask her, out of curiosity, who's this person? That's all I get. I get somebody who's dead for a while and he was not that old. And died some kind of suddenly. It was a sudden passing. I also hear a name, but I don't know the significance of this name, that starts with an R, like Robert, Rose. Does this name ring any bell?
My mom used to go by the name Rose, but that was a long time ago.
Okay, so then that's it. That's it. So the person who's in touch with me gives me the name Rose, and that refers to your mother. I'm still with that side of the family, you know?
Well,
so the message that I'm receiving has something to do with that long time ago when your mother was going by the name Rose.
My grandparents passed away then, and my grandpa.
Yeah. So it's very possible that this can be her dad, you know? It's very possible.
They both they both suddenly passed away. My grandparents passed away one day apart from each other.
Okay, so that's what the message is. That's what the message is, and I'm trying to put this information together. But all I can say that there's a lot of love coming from there for you, and they telling me that you will sense something great coming to you from them.
Okay.
That you will have a proof of them trying to help you. You know, you will be just amazed in which way you will sense their presence at some point. They talk about the spring of this year. They talk about the changes that are during month of March, May, April of the next year. And then they said you are ready. Does this make sense?
Ready. I'm ready for so many things.
Sorry?
I said ready. I'm ready for so many things. It could be a number of things.
This might have a lot to do with work. It might have to do a lot of your private life. But they say you haven't been ready. And so there was a lot of a struggle, in you in the last 5 years. I don't know if you agree.
Oh, yeah. It's been very hard.
Right. But this struggle is coming to an end. And there's this shift of energy, 180 degree, and many of the things that were put on hold, giving you the sensation that are not going to happen or they will always be delayed. That is not the case anymore as we're moving into the spring. So they say, okay, it might take a little bit of time, but you will see your whole life changing 100%, changing 180 degree for better. Even having something to do with work and even in your private life. Are you with somebody right now?
No, I wanted to ask you about that.
Yeah, because there is where they say somebody's coming. He's born on a day of a 23. He's 2 years younger. And this is somebody coming in your life, changing the dynamic, bringing you what you are waiting for. And it's going to be quite an amazing new beginning for you.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. I love that.
And they're giving me a name like starts with P. Peter, Paul, Patrick, something that has a P name.
Okay.
And I feel like this also, all the information still comes from the other side. Yeah, I do believe I'm with your grandpa. I really believe that the one that's a very nice man, very caring, very loving.
Oh,
So I feel like his presence is here.
that's wonderful.
He said, your life will change, and that change deserves a celebration. She said, you will understand the message from today somewhere around the holiday season, November, December, and then all the changes are going to come in place as we're moving into the spring. And I want you to be in touch with me. Feel free to call anytime in order to validate the experience that you're having, in order to continue the communication that we started today.
Thank you, Dr. Carmen. I really appreciate it.
Oh, I love you, my beautiful girl. And if you want to get my book for 99 cents, I'll appreciate it.
I will definitely get your book. Thank you so much.
I love you, my beautiful Jenny. And call anytime you feel like you have a questions. And talk to your mom. Please talk to your mom, because there's a lot of love sent to her, you know. So I do believe there's something here that when you kind of detail the message, she will probably get more out of it, you know.
Okay.
Because it's directed also to her. And there's a lot of love towards your mom. Your mom, beautiful human being.
She is. She's wonderful.
She really is great. And she's here for a long time. She's here, and she's going to be with you, and she's healthy, and she's perfect.
Oh, thank you so much. That's so comforting. I love you too, Dr. Carmen.
I love you, my Jenny. Okay. I'm going to go to Singapore. I love you too. Marilyn in Singapore. Hi, my beautiful Marilyn.
Hello, Dr. Carmen. How are you?
Hi, beautiful. It's so good. You were there with us yesterday.
I know. Actually, I woke up. I know. I just like waiting for it. Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah, there were so many. There were thousands of people. But I pick up you. I said, oh, I'm going to pick up my Marilyn because she's my friend.
I know. I'm so glad. I'm so glad you're there.
Let me know if you got the book. Did you got my book?
I haven't received it, but after you release your book in Kindle, I quickly bought it.
Oh, you bought it because you bought it for 99 cents, I hope.
Yeah, I did.
Because that's you can't beat that price. You know, it's just it's less than $1. Right? How can you go wrong? You know.
Yeah, I saw you post on Facebook that that is available in Kindle, so I just quickly go and grab it.
So I don't know what happened because I have a tracking number. So I'm going to have my assistant check on the tracking, see, because I know it's far there, and I question whether it got lost or something happened, but we have a tracking. Do me a favor, if you want to, I don't know if you want to do this, but if you write me a review, 2 words on my book, whatever you feel writing, and I'll give you a free session, and then I'll give you also the tracking, so we'll see what's going on with the book, okay?
All right.
I mean, I'm asking my friends to give me a review because I want to boost a little bit not so much the sales, I want to boost the credibility of this book. It's just, it just been launched, so I want people to
really
read it.
Good. Yeah, I just finished reading it and I love it, and then it just helped me to choose now, and I decide to be with this guy because you mentioned in that book that you also need to consider about the numbers, right?
Right.
Yeah, and then after talking to him, and then I realized that he's a wounded warrior, and I am a hopeless romantic.
You see? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and
it's
then
a major archetype, and I'm a hopeless romantic myself, you know. And I know how hard it is when you're a hopeless romantic, you know, in a world full of narcissistic people, you know, or independent people. For us, it's very hard. It's very hard to find that 100% giving, loving, caring, authentic type of commitment. Very difficult. So, but at least when you know, and you meet somebody who's not your match, you know, you have that psychological analysis of the individual, and you know to go or not to go for that person. So it's very, very important message for everybody who wants to find a way to understand their partner and who the partner really is. So the archetypes exist since the dawn of times. You know, we go back 2,500 years ago by the era of Plato and all those Greek philosophers. You know, they talk about individual archetypes, except that we don't really analyze people this way. But then you hear on TV that our ex-president, you know, is a narcissistic guy, you know. So, and then we don't really understand because we don't really study archetypes, not in school, nowhere, you know. So I thought that this can be an important information for everybody who wants to understand who they are, how they function, you know, and who are they bringing in their lives. So, but how's the situation right now for you?
Okay, well, this guy, because of your book, so I decided to stay with this guy, the one from Spain, and using the Pythagorean number, so I calculated that we're soulmates.
Very good.
And
if you are soulmate, then this relationship will go very well, will survive the test of time. And you know, soulmates, they get better. They get better. People who are soulmates, you know, I remember my marriage, 27 years, was better than at the beginning. You know, as the years were going by, they get better, you know. When we have soulmates, when there are people that are not a match, you know what I mean, and they compromise relationship, or they are different archetypes that they will never be able to work things out, then as time progresses, the relationship gets worse.
I have his birthday. Do you mind looking at it?
No, give it to me.
Okay, 11th October.
October 11,
1974.
74, and you are?
1st of March. 1975.
25. Give me just 1 second. Just a minute. Yeah, this is a great match. Perfect. You complement each other. He's a very caring, very loving human being, has a strong connection with his mother. I don't know how much you know about. He's very creative.
He passed away.
Yeah, but the karma goes with his mom. You know what I mean? Actually, the mother was a good woman. And at the moment you said that, I'm seeing a woman in front of me who was pretty, very pretty. She had a beauty mark somewhere on her face. And she had darker features, like she was more brunette, big eyes. I actually have a sense of her when she was young. She tells me she's not alone. She's with a lot of people there. She said, her son is going to love you. Give him a chance. So you have her approval. This is so moving, so emotional, you know?
Oh my God, it's giving chills.
Yes, because it's so emotional. She's like surrounded by light, this woman. She's so pretty, and she said, please give myself a chance, my son a chance. And she shows me a name that can be Jose, Juan. What's that? What is that?
Jose, Juan. I'm not sure about it.
So she's
is it related to me or to him?
Ask him about this name. He might know what this is all about. And a big M, like a common name, like Maria, something that starts with an M. So she's giving me these two initials. That one that might refer to her and one that might refer to something else. She said, ask my son about it, you know. And she said, ask my son if he still has what I gave him 2 months before I died, and he will understand.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's a message here, so just ask him. And feel free to call me back whenever you want next time, okay?
All right, will do. I will ask him. Okay.
Okay,
thank you so much, Dr. Carmen. Yeah, I will write a review in your book. Yes, thank you. Right.
All right, my angel.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I love you.
Bye.
I'm going to take
Thank
a
you so
break
much.
and
Bye.
then, guys, I'll be back with you. I know I have many of you online, so don't go anywhere. I'll go to Cornelia. I'll go to Lelani. I think I have June. So all of you guys, hold on the line. I'll be back in a minute.
The best of holistic, spiritual, and conscious world. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM.
Ascending Hearts is no ordinary dating site, but a spiritual dating site with a purpose, to link you with your soulmate. We engineer the serendipity so you can trust that you will attune with someone that has the same matching vibration as you. Ascending Hearts, the conscious dating site for the spiritually aware. Try Ascending Hearts for free. AscendingHearts.com.
Hello, I'm Sandy Sedgbeer, host of OMTimes Magazine's flagship radio show, What is Going On? My passion is sifting through information, research, and innovations from new thought teachers, speakers, and researchers pushing back the boundaries of what we know about life, energy, metaphysics, and the universe. I love shifting perceptions about who we are, why we're here, and how quickly impossible becomes normal when we open our minds, expand our awareness, and accept that the only limits that exist are those we place upon ourselves. So if you're the kind of forward-thinking, eager investigator of what lies beyond the current reality that most perceive, why not make a date to come play with me in the field of possibilities at 4 p.m. Pacific Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time every Thursday, and together we can discover what's really going on.
If I could be you.
And you could be me for just 1 hour.
If you could find a way.
To get inside each other's mind.
Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
We've all felt left out. And for some, that feeling lasts more than a moment. We can change that. Learn how at belongingbeginswithus.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
And I'm back on OMTime Radio with my wonderful producer, Christopher, and I'm going to ask him to connect me with Cornelia from Canada. Hi, my lovely Cornelia.
Hello, Carmen. I'm so glad to hear you always.
I love you,
Yes,
Cornelia.
I do. I said I'm so happy to hear you. And for sure, I'm going to buy your book, how I bought the rest of your books, and I'm going to give review for sure, too. And
I appreciate that, Cornelia.
I called you to... for sure, because you are my favorite. And I would like to know, Carmen, if you can tell me if I have a guardian angel from my family, or if you see somebody around.
I see a woman, an older lady. Yeah, I see an older lady. She died alone. She's just looking at me. She was, she lived a long life. She died alone. She was alone for many years. And she's telling me about somebody, and she must have lived somewhere in the countryside. I don't know if this was your mom, your dad's mom. She's definitely somebody dead for a while, probably more than 20 years. And she shows me an EF name and an M, Maria Florica, something like that. Elena, I don't know for sure, that's because I'm hearing different names. She said she had siblings, so she's mentioning some of them. Do you remember her?
Ooh, yeah. My grandma from daddy's side, he died 30-something years ago.
Yeah, she's dead for a long time, yeah. You must have been, she said, you were 11 years old or 15 years old when she passed. Does this make sense?
It makes sense. I was in grade 7 or 8, something like that, because I know my parents were working in Africa, and my daddy had to fly home for the funeral, and I didn't get to the college yet. Yes, she's my grandma from the daddy side.
Yeah. What's her name, Maria or Mary or?
Juliana. Iuliana. Yeah.
Because she mentioned, who has a name, the common Romanian name, Mary or Maria? Who's that common name she's referring to?
I don't know. Maria was my mother-in-law.
And she's deceased too?
Yes, she is.
She's deceased. So she mentions her for some reason, and she wants you to tell your husband about her. She said it took her a long time to... So she said that it took her a long time to make peace. I don't know what happened to her. Do you know any of this?
Make peace to like who with who? Maria with who?
Maria had to make peace with her passing, with everything that happened to her, you know? Her soul had a hard time. So probably your husband will understand it better. And also she's mentioning somebody that also sounds like a Romanian name, Dumitru. Do you know anybody with that name?
Dumitru, no.
Okay. So there's some names that come from her, and maybe you don't know that side of a family very well, or they long time gone. But all I can say that she's watching over you, and she said that you have a great time in your life right now, celebrate it. And she said that there is another baby coming in your family. Do you know any of this?
No. Like we just had a baby came 2 months ago.
Yeah, but there's another baby in the future. So there's the second baby that comes not long time after this one, like in another year and something, there's another baby. So she said she's helping you in many things. She said she's helping you financially. She said if you have any investment to make that, do it. She said don't hesitate to make an investment. That there's something else you will be tempted to invest. But don't be afraid, just do it. So many wonderful things are coming in your family, you know. Your family gets bigger, you know. And there's a lot of excitement in your
Carmen. Yes. Now, which one is taking care of him, Maria or my grandma?
So Maria is connected to your husband. And your grandma is connected to you.
And
so she's helping you.
And my grandma's taking care of me. My dad's grandma.
Yeah, absolutely. She said she loved you very much.
And may I have one question?
Right, sure.
Carmen, I have a big dilemma. You know, I'm with my job. And right now, I'm having a dilemma because not my son, not my daughter-in-law, and not me, we didn't get the vaccine. Only my husband got the vaccine. Mm-hmm. And right now, in Canada, I don't know if for sure you see in the news and everything, is a big pushing with the vaccine. And I don't want to get like, we don't want to.
There's a political thing, in my opinion, pushing everybody to get the vaccine. Yeah. Even the 9-year-old, even the 2-year-old, they want to vaccinate every single person.
Yes, I know. And you know, I would like to just, if I can communicate with this guardian angel of mine, if will I find a job without getting a vaccine?
Yes, you are. You're finding a job without the vaccine, without having to take the vaccine. All you will need, take a test and show that you're fine.
Yes. Then I'm not going to be mandated to take this vaccine if I want to work.
You will not be. You will not be. And for people who have autoimmune disorder or certain immunity problem, they will be able, you know, not to be forced to take the vaccine. So there will be loopholes, you know. And in the future, they will reach that herd immunity, so they will not force people to do it anymore, you know. So to my opinion, this story
and
with
only
this
one more
virus
thing
is coming to an end.
And health-wise, we're going to be okay in the family.
You'll be very okay, and nobody's going to get this COVID. Nobody in your family will get it.
And financially?
Very okay financially. Very okay. No
Thank you so much, Carmen. God bless you.
You too,
I'm going to give review to all your books. I My favorite book of yours is the 11 Eternal Principle. That's what I love the most.
Yeah,
so far.
Thank you so much. A lot of people like that book, yeah. One day I'm going to do a show on that book because, yeah, a lot of wonderful things in that book. Not that is mine, but the principles of the universe. That's
It's
what
one
I discuss.
Put it down when I started to read.
Right.
You have an amazing evening. God bless you, and thank you so much,
Carmen.
Carmen.
My Cornelia. Thank you for calling me. I'm going to go to June in New Jersey. Hi, June.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, dear. So good to hear your voice.
Same here.
So, talking about people on the other side, you have a man on the other side that is looking at me, and also women. Men died like kind of younger, and women died older. Does this make any sense? Do you know who I'm talking about?
Yes.
And they are, both of them, you know, the man died kind of with the sense of couldn't finish something. But the woman, she died at peace. She felt she accomplished the things that she needed to accomplish. And I have a feeling that she was living in a big family. Does this make sense?
Yes.
Okay. But both of them are protecting you and visiting you. They come at different time. One comes at 1 a.m. and one comes at 4 a.m. So they come during the night. You know, spirits usually, we used to say that at midnight the sky is open and we are connecting better with the world beyond the physics. What I wanted to say is that these two souls both want to help you. One says something about a car. I don't know if you plan to get a car, change a car, or something like this. And the other one gives a message about a relocation. Do you plan to move from where you live?
No, not really.
Okay. Or that there is another property, or that there is an investment. Do you also plan to change a car?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So I guess that the man I'm with tells me do something about the car or get another car, okay? And the woman who's talking to me, she said, well, there's a possibility of an investment. They have different things to share with you. I see a big L name. I don't know what the L means. It might refer to something. It might refer to work. Are you working with somebody with an L name?
No, I'm married to someone with an L name.
Okay. Well, look for that. Many times spirits project something that didn't happen yet. Do you have any questions to them?
Yeah, well, the question that I have for you is that I recently had a sister that transitioned over, and I just want to know, is she okay, and how did it happen?
Is that who's that? I couldn't hear you.
A sister.
A sister, yeah. So then that's the woman. That I think is the woman.
Yeah, but she just
talking to me. Sorry?
She just transitioned a couple months ago.
She said she's doing very well. She said she's at peace. With her, I see no struggling. She was okay with that. Did she die of cancer?
No. It was a heart attack.
Or a heart attack? Okay. No one died of cancer?
Not that they said my mom may have had it, but we didn't get a autopsy, so
okay.
I don't know.
Because somebody's mentioning cancer. I wonder whether I'm with someone else other than her who actually died of cancer.
Right. It could have been my mother.
Right. And I'm hearing different names, and now I see two women. One who had the son, your mom or your sister?
They both had sons.
Okay. Yeah, because there's a very, very clear indication of the word my son. So I'm still thinking I'm also with your mom. I feel very strong her presence. She said, please give me a cup of coffee. Can you put a coffee on a table for her?
She never drank coffee, so
Well, she's asking for a cup of coffee. I don't know why.
Okay.
I have no idea why.
I think my sister that just transitioned has.
Oh, probably because I'm with two people in the same time. I don't know which one I'm hearing.
Right.
You understand? I'm trying to speak with both of them. And I can tell that they are at peace. Your sister is, but definitely check with her son. Check and see why the mention of the son. What it is that, are you in touch with her son?
Yes.
Yeah, try to call him more frequently and see how he's doing.
Okay.
Does he have a child? Her son has a child?
Yes.
A daughter?
Yes.
Okay. There is also a message for the daughter, that there is a lot of love and a lot of protection. So there's protection coming from the soul. With you, I feel there's a lot to tell you, but unfortunately, you see, my time is so limited on the radio.
Right. I understand. Well, I thank you for your time.
I love you. I love you, and thank you for calling me. I so appreciate you. Call me anytime, June. Call me on the show whenever you want, okay?
Okay. God bless you.
You
Bye-bye.
too, my love. And for everybody listening, I'm Carmen Harra on OMTime Radio. I'll be with you next week, Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern, with Christopher, my producer, on the best station, OMTime Radio. God bless you, everybody. And don't forget my book, Committed, Finding Love and Loyalty Through the